I
Where'd
feel
this
about
come
this.
from?
Hold on. I'm confused. Welcome to the Incoherent Fangirl.
Where we are talking to our bestie, Lana Ferguson, today.
I'm Karin.
And I'm Mandy. And we are both from Denver Memorial. That's a hospital.
Presumably a fake hospital. I don't know for a fact, but I
don't know.
assume it's fake. But
I
either
would
way,
love it even more if it was real, though, because then you could go in and
be
wonder.
like, I'm looking for Noah.
I'm looking for Noah. Where is Noah?
I'm having heart palpitations. I need to see Noah.
Yeah, I need to see a man about a heart palpitation. He's a cardiologist. It's fine. So this is a special episode.
It is. I'm very excited to talk to her about this book. As you all know, we are big fans of Lana Ferguson here. Her debut, The Nanny, came out earlier this year, and we loved it. We got to talk to her, and now we get to talk to her about her second novel in a year. Like, girl,
This is crazy.
do you
She's a beast.
ever take a break?
No, I'm sure she doesn't.
It's okay. She's feeding us. That's the best part.
She's feeding us well.
And that sound means we have an intruder alert.
And it's repeat offender.
Our bestie, Lana Ferguson, is back with her latest book, which my Kindle just went dark. But it is.
Oh, it's upside down.
Oh no, it's not loading. Hold on. The fake bait. There it is.
Hey.
It's such a great cover. The little paw prints, like,
I'm obsessed.
Sells it. It sells it. It's great.
I will never ever let them use another artist because I adore their work so much. They're so cute.
It's amazing.
The
so
little
cute.
tongue depressor. There's little tongue depressors and little cotton
it's
balls.
always the background details that gets me, like the tiny little things. That, with The Nanny, it was that lamp. I was like, beside myself about a lamp. It's such a lamp, but it's such a cute lamp.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't ever let this cover designer go. It's whoever they are, phenomenal.
I don't know their pronouns, but it's Monica Rowe on Instagram. I admittedly dropped into their DMs and tried to gush after The Nanny, but I don't think they're very active on social media. Either that or they just thought I was weird, which would be totally understandable. I have a tendency to just drop into people's DMs and be completely incoherent, and
I do that all the time.
It's just a toss-up whether or not people are gonna
I legitimately force people to be my friend. I read their book and I'm like, oh my god, I love it so much, and then I'm in their DMs, I'm like, we're best friends now. Thank you.
All of my author friendships have happened. I don't know if we're friends or if they're just being held hostage.
We're gonna go with the first.
I think
friends. They like you.
Yes. I them all the time.
We like you.
I am still emailing Ruby, not every day now because we're both so busy, but at least 3 or 4 times a week I email her and I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you working on?
I love that so much.
Did you ever think that would be your life?
Absolutely not. I was now it's sometimes I'll catch myself if I go too long without emailing her because I get crazy busy or something like that, she will send me an email hey, I'm just checking to make sure you're alive, and I'm like, Ruby Dixon, Karen's
thinking about me.
What is this life? She's so fun. I adore her. I got to meet her in person since we last talked, and I just I did
what was that like?
I broke out in hives a little bit. My friend was with me, and she's like, you're getting red on your chest. I'm like, I'm a little. She's like, your hands are shaking. I'm like, I'm a little nervous. She's like, why are you nervous? We've been talking for a year. I was like, I don't know. I'm just so nervous. But I got over it.
I love that. Authors, they're just like us, everybody.
Oh, I did. I got to be her assistant that day because my books took a while to cut. They didn't come in for 2 hours, and she was signing. So I was like, I get to be her assistant. This is so cool. I was like, guys, take a picture of me helping her.
I love it.
That is amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, okay. I remember seeing pictures of that day and being that is not even real.
It was the best day of my life. She gave me a bunch of stickers and stuff. I was like, is this my birthday?
Someone pinch me, hurry.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I remember seeing those pictures and thinking, I gasped. I was like, oh my god, she's meeting Ruby. This is so cool. I was so excited for you.
I
Yeah.
know. It's like I had books to sign that day. And I was like, who gives a shit about the books? Like,
All right. You know, the first thing that we have to ask is for the elevator pitch of the fake mate.
oh my gosh. You know the problem with
It
these is
never
like
gets better.
I get it doesn't. And especially because like I'm already 2 books ahead of that book. So like I'm like, what is that book even about? I don't know. What are their names? Okay, so the fake mate is like kind of I've been calling it like Shifter Omega verse light because it is a shifter novel, but it's very, very contemporary. This is not an elevator pitch. This is a weird okay. But basically it's like the shifter universe where they can shift into, in this case, wolves, but whereas a lot of this genre tends to lean more towards like a fantasy, sometimes even like a more serious, I wouldn't say serious, but they're usually a little heavier, but I wanted to do it like a rom-com, so which I hadn't seen a ton of in trad publishing. And so basically Noah and Mac are both working in the same hospital. She is an ER physician, he is an interventional cardiologist. He's like a big wig in the cardiology department, and he's been keeping a secret for a long time that he is actually an alpha, which is the designation for like kind of just, they've just been known to be more of like, as far as shifters go, like they were known at one point to be more aggressive, stronger, faster, but in this day and age, like it's just kind of an outdated stigma. So he's hidden it all these years because in his line of like very sensitive like profession, he's been afraid that they will use that to somehow like judge like his abilities and all that. So but somebody turns him in anonymously and suddenly he is in a pickle. So this is not an elevator. I don't know how to elevator. This is like they're
You're
stuck
doing
on the
great.
elevator. They're watching the numbers climb. They're like, when is my
I
floor?
honestly, I
Where
could
is my
sit here
floor?
and listen to you all
Yeah.
day. I'm
I don't know
having
how
the
to
time
elevator
of my
I
life.
love this.
Okay, well, so anyway, I lost my train of thought. That happens a lot too. I don't know how to tell stories. Okay, anyway, so somebody's turned him in. He's freaking out because like Ed, he doesn't know what to do. He thinks he's either going to get reprimanded for omitting it, or he might lose his job. So his solution kind of falls into his lap when Mackenzie, who is unbeknownst to him, an Omega, which is like the counterpart to an alpha, basically in like at one point in time it was like they would be looked upon to continue like the species, like they complete each other in every way. But she's been lying to her grandmother about dating someone because she's trying to get her grandmother off her back. Her grandmother's constantly trying to set her up on these horrible dates, and she wants to focus on her career. She doesn't want to deal with that right now. So she lies and says she's seeing someone. And when she's pressed for information about who, of course, Noah walks into the break room. First thing she sees, his name comes out of her mouth. So now they're both in this predicament. And it turns out, like, when she asks him for a simple, like, hey, you want to take a selfie with me for like species inner camaraderie? Like, you can help me out a little bit. He's like, actually, I have a better idea, because it turns out in this world, it is a universal thing that alphas are tended to be like, they tend to be calmer and more, I guess, I don't know what the word is, approachable, maybe.
Grounded. Yeah.
Yeah, like grounded, like less likely to fall into those stigmatic like things that have been placed upon them if they are mated, which is kind of like married for this universe. It's because I don't know, that's just how it is. I don't know, go read a fan fiction, I guess. Like, or read this book because it's a pretty good, it's explained a lot better in the book, I swear to God. So he just wants a selfie and he's like, actually, I need a mate. And that's literally where the book jumps off. So that was like Stair Flight 64 pitch.
You did great.
It was perfect. We
I was
loved
like,
it.
how can you, like, this is a whole universe. Like, how can I explain this? Because when I try to do it in a few sentences, they're like, hold on, back up. They're wolves.
Yeah, wait a second. What? They're wolves?
Wait, what?
Well, you're like pioneering what could be like a change to the genre, because you have people who read paranormal romance and you have people who read contemporary romance, and they don't cross a lot.
Usually.
But
And
you
now,
bringing the paranormal and the shifter aspect into a very fun, lighthearted contemporary rom-com, I think people are going to follow that.
I hope so, because like I obviously adore like paranormal, and I like usually like the, I think I not to keep going back to her like some kind of crazy stalker, but I think Ruby does a really good job at this too, because yes, they're sci-fi, they're paranormal, but they're also usually very like lighthearted and funny. But so this is almost like trying to emulate a little bit of that energy, but taking it even a step further, because they're not on like a random planet. They're in the hospital. They're working their
Yeah.
job. Their day to day. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. Like, I guess, set out with
You're going to
this,
make
because
the
I was
person
like,
who
I'd
reads
like
the
to do
cartoon.
more of that.
Yeah, you're going to make
Yeah.
the person who reads the cartoon cover romances strictly like, oh my God, wait, there's a whole nother genre that I could enjoy and I didn't even realize.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I have never met a person who has no idea what nodding is and be like introduced to it and then be like, that's not for me. Or so I thought before I
Right.
wrote this, because NetGalley has proven me wrong. I have gotten a few reviews that like, I did not know what this was. I did not read the back cover. I had one that thought that they were veterinarians because of the paw print, and they were not pleased. They were not pleased. They were like negative, basically negative start. Like, you remember that Tyra Banks, like in the America's Next Top Model? She's like, I wanted to give it a 0, but I can't. So I gave it a 1.
Oh my
Like,
God. What's wrong
literally,
with people?
that are, I have seen a few, not a lot, but a few. They honestly, they made me laugh because I was like, veterinarians. Wow, these people are in
I
for
mean,
it.
all
No,
the
we can't. We
info is
canceled them
there.
out. We were like, it's perfect. It's wonderful. We love it.
Oh no, it's funny to me. Like, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, my God, you got to read the back of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot, especially with NetGalley, you cannot go cover
Like,
alone.
it's 3 paragraphs. Why would you not read it?
All the
My
info
son's
is
like,
there.
I feel bad now that I've subjected you to
No.
that. It's filthy.
I like picturing the person who's like a veterinarian romance. This is about to be hot.
And then they're like, why are they smelling each other? Wait, what's going on with his dick?
Oh, what?
That would be traumatizing.
She shifted into their
Like,
dog.
excuse
Their
me. Oh my
wolf?
God. The shifting element too. I was so worried writing that book, because I was like, is this like a bait and switch? There's one chapter where they turned into wolves, and it's basically having their little frolic moment. And my editor was like, it's fine. I think
It
that's
was fine. Yeah. It
I
wasn't
think you
weird.
I think you definitely lean more towards the contemporary with just like bits and pieces of the paranormal. And I think it works so well to combine these two things that don't generally go together. And I loved every second of it.
Well, hopefully, I hope people follow suit, because I don't know. It makes me happy.
I think there's a
Would
market
you-
for it for sure.
Would you be like, do you plan to, or would you write more like in the paranormal?
Well,
Like, is
I
this going to
mean,
be like a thing? Or are we going to be crossovers or anything like that? Is there going to be an Omega verse?
well, I mean, I totally planned this book as a 3-part series. Like, I had 2 more books kind of loosely outlined. The second one was going to be about his cousin Hunter that you briefly saw that owned that cabin.
Uh-huh.
And I have a little bit of that written, but then they basically said, no, we gotta kind of wait and see. This is a new thing. We don't know if anybody's gonna even want a second one. I was like, you know what? That's fair. That's fair.
I want a
Honestly,
second one.
I do.
yeah,
I do.
I'll
but
take it.
but I do know that they based on my schedule, they're allowing me, I guess, to continue to do basically one after, what do you call it, subsequent, maybe paranormal contemporary, switching off.
Oh, like
Like,
alternating.
yeah, because my next book is a hockey book, but then my 4th
Mhm.
book is a Loch Ness monster romance.
I
And
cannot wait.
then I know my 5th book is the one that you actually read like a preview of at the end of the Fake Mate.
Oh, the lawyer one.
About the lawyers, which I'm so sad that got pushed back, but we're not going to talk about that. But then after that, that's the last book I have currently contracted. But the 6th book, I've already got like kind of like a loose idea for some like ghost hunters, but there's actually ghosts. So I don't know. We'll see.
I love
Oh my
that.
gosh.
Okay, but I would like to know, like, we're talking about like interconnected books, but there's a bit of a cameo in this one.
It makes no sense to her
So
to hear, but you know what? Megan's coming back.
I loved it, and
I
I'm
screamed.
I lost my mind, and I'm like, listen, if all of your books have little things like this, I would not be mad at it. Even
Yeah.
like,
I'll just write her into every book, like just like
yes,
I
Just
should.
one line. She's sitting at a coffee shop, or she's walk touring Loch Ness or what.
Like,
I
a
would
calling
die.
card.
That would be it. She could be like the Stanley of your universe.
I know. My Wanda Lee.
Oh,
I love it.
okay.
I know.
Speaking
I
of
wasn't
Wanda,
sure.
though,
No, go ahead.
no, you go.
Oh no, I was just saying I didn't know if that was gonna fly because I asked Cindy or my editor. I was like, "Is that weird?" She's like, "I like it. Let's do it." She's so like, "I like it. Let's do it."
I love.
I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing because I tend to like kind of go out there, and she's like, "Nah, I like it." She's like basically just like, "I like it, Picasso."
Yeah. I love how in both books so far there's been like a crazy old woman because the grandmother's kind of crazy too. And was that
I
was that on
honestly,
purpose?
I mean, it wasn't, but I guess it kind of was. I just really like writing like kind of cantankerous older woman. Like I don't know why.
They're
I
so
maybe
fun.
because I am one inside. Like I feel like I'm just I'm not really aging. I'm just evolving into my final form. Like because I am inside, just a 75-year-old horny woman who wants to go to bed and play bingo. So maybe that's why. Because I'm trying to think, even in the hockey book, there is like she has a small part, but there is a kind of a kooky an older woman. Yeah, that I mean,
Yes.
Delilah's aunt is kind of she has a moment. So I'm like, is this my thing?
I
In the
know
I
it
love
Loch
it.
has
Ness
to
Monster
be.
book. Oh my god, there is an older woman in the Loch Ness Monster book. This is my thing. I don't know how
I
to
love
write.
it.
I don't know how to write healthy parental relationships, and I don't know how to write a book without a cantankerous older woman. Like that's just my
I
thing.
love it.
I noticed that. I was like, my friend was like, "Are you ever gonna write a book where like the parents aren't dead or
Are
dead?"
nice.
God.
Or I was like, "Nah." I was like, "If you don't like it, you take that up with my therapist."
Yeah. No.
No, thank you.
Look, don't let anybody shame you for wanting to go to bed at 8, by the way. Karin tries that with me, and I just
Oh,
At
girl,
what
you
point do I
understand.
shame you for that?
you pick on me about my need for sleep and how you don't sleep.
I approve of it at the end of the day. I allow you. I allow you to
She allows me to sleep.
But it's like bad though, like because I have that bedtime reminder on my phone.
I do too.
Yeah, and because I'm like sometimes I get caught up and I don't know that I need to start rounding everything up and going to
Yeah.
bed. But I've been to a few concerts this year and we'll be like sitting in the crowd and they'll look over and like, "Is that your bedtime reminder?" I'm like, "Yes,
Yes.
that's my bedtime."
When we were dating, my husband literally thought that I was ghosting him because it would be like 8:30 and I'd be like, "All right, I'm gonna go to bed." And he's like, "You're what?" "I'm going to bed." And then I wouldn't talk to him until like the next day. And he's like, are you really? Like, you're really going to sleep? You're like 20. You're
When I
going to
try
sleep?
again.
Like, look, I'm
I'm
100
also
years
like
old.
a very avid napper, so and honestly, get you a sleepy girl because they're not gonna mess around on you.
They're too
They're not
tired.
We're in bed, but not
They're
that way.
in bed. They're like
We're just in bed.
she's asleep. She's
Yeah. She's
she's
got a cute dog with her and she's in bed.
get you
That's it.
a sleepy girl.
Agree. Sorry,
Okay.
Karin. You don't shame me. You just
don't
we have
shame
very
you.
opposite sleep schedules.
Yes.
I know
doesn't
I
sleep.
would love to stay up to, and sometimes I do stay up really late, but my body can't handle it. So I'm like a child. I'm really grumpy
Same.
the next. And I was like,
Mhm.
I didn't get sleep.
I'm
That's
grumpy
fine.
even when I get enough sleep. I wake up and I'm like,
I don't think my body like has like a limit. Like there is no limit like to how much sleep it thinks it needs. Because even when I'm like, I got like 10 hours last night, you wake up like you're cranky.
yeah, don't look at me. I need caffeine. I can't function yet. Do not say good morning. I haven't been
There's
awake long enough to comment on that.
there is no such thing as a good morning.
Yeah.
Ugh, no. Okay, so you've touched upon it a little bit, but your next book is a hockey romance. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because they sound cute.
Oh boy.
They
Yeah,
look cute too.
they
look,
do. They
that
look
cover is
really
so
cute.
cute.
I don't know how much I'm allowed to say that I'm nervous about that book. But it's I tried a lot of new things like with that book that so I'm gonna be nervous about it until the day it comes out. But it is about a baker who has like a local cable access show and she's always had a crush on her hot friend of her older brother, but he moved away when he got drafted because of some kind of media scandal that happened. And now he's back and suddenly he needs something to kind of just basically get the media off his back, I guess. And so they kind of propose, like he goes on her show, and I don't know how to sell my own books.
You're
Like
doing great.
basically they're like, you know what would be cute? A hot ginger with an apron. Like, go be on her show. And so, it's supposed to just be this nice, like, little reminiscing kind of cutesy thing. But then there's a moment that the internet kind of goes crazy for and starts speculating like maybe they're together. So everybody's like, why don't you guys lean into that? And so they do. And then they realize, there's some real feelings there, because she's not just little Lila anymore. Now she's hot, and he's
Yeah.
still hot. So my friend Elena was like, when she was reading it, every time, like, I was like, I'm trying to tone him back, because like they're I don't know if it's weird because he knew her as a child. He's like, no, she's hot now. He's thinking about her tits. I was like, okay, I put that so when she read it, the final draft, she's like, yeah, I told you he was thinking about her tits. I was like, I'm gonna put that Lena Armas is responsible for
Look, you
Um,
sold it perfectly for me.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, Berkeley does a better job at selling my books than I do. Because if it was up to me, I'd be like, it's real horny.
Sold.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Honestly, I don't need anything else.
You just
Sold.
have to say, I wrote it, and we're
That's
gonna
true.
read it. So it's like,
We will.
okay.
It's like, your name is on it. Give me
Yeah,
right
give me
now.
That is so freaking exciting, though. So has it been like weird to go from different, like, first you have a nanny, and then you jump into the paranormal, and then you're back to contemporary? Is it hard to shift? Pun intended.
I don't no, not really. I don't know if that makes me sound like ho, but it's honestly not been so far. Maybe that's just because like the paranormal is kind of light. So it feels more like a rom-com with me, but they happen to turn into wolves. As long as I can make it horny, I feel like I'm going to write whatever. Like, as long as somebody in there is getting down, like, except high fantasy. I said that I read a debut, which was so good. I don't know if you've read A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden, but I got to read it as an ARC, and I was like, this book is so good, and I'm realizing I could never write fantasy.
There's
Yeah.
so much world
There's
building
so
and
much, like,
things that
yes,
you have
like,
to.
I'm
Yeah.
so impressed by people who can, like, because I could never. I was like, I can barely
Right.
remember my side character's name, and they're like worlds that last 3 whole books. I'm like, you're out of your mind, but man, you're talented. So, but also go read A Dawn of Onyx, because it was really good.
Look, I started listening. I got an advanced copy of Murtaugh by Christopher Paolini, and I was an Aragon kid. Like, I was an Aragon girl
too,
15
but
years
oh my
ago.
god, I had forgotten about that whole series.
It comes out
That's based on a
Tuesday.
book for him?
Yeah, but it's
He
like,
was like
how
kind
do
of like
you
the
remember?
morally gray, right? Wasn't he kind of?
Yeah, he was like the brother. Spoiler alert. He was
Uh,
the brother. And it's like it takes place a year after Brissinger, but it's like these books have been written for 15 years now. How
I
do
was a
you
child.
remember? How do you know? Like, do
There's
you
no
have to
way.
cross-reference
I
for
got a
months?
sequel today that I pre-ordered in my Kindle, and I've literally read the first one like 3 times, and I read it recently, and I was still like texting a friend. I was like, which one is
What's this
Brendan?
about? Yeah,
What's
I don't
I was
remember.
like, which one is Brendan? Because I don't remember. She's like,
Yeah.
you literally read that 2 months ago. I was like, I know.
And I mean, like, I get he's the author, but it's like it has been so long. Do you have like an encyclopedic knowledge of all of these characters and all of these names and all of these realms and lands? Because I don't remember. Like,
I
it's
would
coming back.
absolutely just by accident sneak a new character in there that's like never. I'd get the name wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know that I could do high fantasy. It's just so much. It's so much.
It's
I do
impressive.
love
Like,
reading
I'm
it,
so
but
impressed.
like,
Oh, yeah.
I actually don't read a lot of fantasy like that. That book was my editor's was her assistant, but now she's been promoted to full editor, which woo, go Angela.
Hey.
yes.
Shout out for Angela. I just found that out and I was like, yay. Anyway, so she had asked me if I wanted ARC, and at first I was kind of like, I don't really read fantasy, but like the cover was so pretty, and I was like, yeah, go ahead and send it to me. And then I was like, well, damn, I like this. I was like, maybe I need to read. I was like, maybe I need to read more and get listen.
All right,
Well, that kind of segues. I'm sorry, but that does
No,
kind
go
of
ahead.
segue. We always ask, like, what are you reading? What do you recommend? Like, are you reading anything that's not your draft?
Other
Oh
than Ruby
God.
Dixon, we already know we have to
Yeah,
go
I literally
hard for Ruby.
she just gave me the rough draft of Surviving Scar like before it came out, and I was like, ha, love my life. Um, so I am currently reading Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. They sent me an
Oh,
ARC of that. It's very cute so far. I kind of stalled. I was about 60-70%. I kind of stalled because I had like some work to do on the hockey book, the wonderful hockey book that's going to be so good, but it's really cute. Like I really love Max, the main guy. He is like an emotional king. He knows his feelings, and he was like, basically, it's such a he falls first, and she's like, I'm not gonna say she's being dumb. I would never say that about a woman, but she's like trying to tell herself she's not catching feelings. I'm like, oh darling.
Yeah. Oh, honey.
So that is really good. Like I said, I did finish of Dawn of Onyx. I would definitely recommend that. I have sitting on my nightstand that I haven't started yet, but my agent assures me that I'm gonna go like buck wild for it. I actually have it right here. I have an ARC of Fish Out of Water by Katie Ruggles, and she sold it to me as like it's a rom-com, but it's also like kind of, how did she say it? Like kind of like a mystery too, like, or almost like a
Huh.
like a thriller light. And I was like, I'm intrigued. Send me that book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me
I'm
that,
really,
please.
really excited. Like it's sitting on my nightstand. I'm really excited to start it. I just have not gotten a chance yet because I don't have time.
Yeah, because you've been
Yeah.
giving yourself carpal tunnel.
I
You've
know.
been busy.
Well, there was a whole fiasco with those tip-ins that I still can't tell anybody what they're for. I've been beating down their door like, when can we say something? So just know there are tip-ins for
I
something that
mean,
you can't know about.
book comes
But
out next month, so they better start telling
well,
us soon.
I don't know. With this particular hush hush people, I
Hmm.
have noticed that sometimes the thing doesn't come
Hmm.
out until after the book comes out. So I'm
That's
assuming that's
true.
kind of the case.
Yeah.
But I will say that I have seen artwork, and I have seen edges, and I have seen stuff that's very exciting. I can't tell you anything else, but it's very exciting. So anyway, the point was they sent me, they're like, we're gonna send you 2,500 tip-ins. I was like, cool, got it. Then they sent me the wrong person's tip-ins. I'm like, not cool, don't got it.
Oh,
Um,
no.
so I had to like repackage those and send them back. So mine were late. And then when they got here, it was basically like I had 2 weeks. And there weren't even 2,500. There were 3,000. I'm not complaining. I'm not.
No,
No.
right.
That's just more books. But it was a little bit of a shock. I was like, okay, 2 weeks, 3,000. I got this. And then I was like, the weekend before I had to send them back. And they're like, good news. We met with the team. They love your book. They're going to send you 1,000 more tip-ins. And I was like, yay.
Your wrist is like,
Yeah, they're like, can you have them back by next Friday? I was like, oh yay. My hands are like
So just know, whenever this is announced, y'all, she put a lot of effort into it.
yeah, and just know if you get a copy and that looks like a toddler wrote it, I was tired, okay? I've
she
already been
tried.
berated. I was already been berated because on a few of them I was like I was having my Willy Wonka moment, and like on some of them I would go off the rails and put little paw prints on them instead of that my little art that I
Oh,
always do.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, "You know, paw prints have 4 toes, right?" And I was like, "She said those only have 3." I'm like,
I have never drawn a paw print with
I
4
was like,
toes.
"Well, fuck it." I was
I've
like,
never.
so some of
These
the paw
are
prints have 4 toes. Some of them have 3.
they're just extra special. It's like an extra special
Yeah.
edition.
They fought
Let me
hard. They
look at
fought the
this.
war. Battle scars.
These do have 4.
They
Okay.
have 4 toes. Yeah, they have, and they technically, I think they have 5. Don't they have a toe bean, like a thumb toe bean? I don't know about. I know wolf anatomy.
No,
I
there's
know
4.
claws.
Hold on, there's a dog here. No.
I know about wolf genitalia. Apparently, I don't know about their feet. I didn't dive into their feet. So this is not a call out on Kristen. I love her dearly, but she was very quick to point out there was only 3 toes. She's like, babe, there's only 3 toes. I'm like, yeah, I'm not changing it. I said,
No, I'm not going back
No.
now.
I've
Absolutely
already been
not.
like pen in there in the book or in the box. I am not going
Nope.
back.
I'm not digging back
Absolutely
through
not.
that. That is not my business anymore.
God love her though. She she has to listen to my whining at least once a day. So shout out to Kristen.
All right, you know the other question that we have to ask you now. Fictional boyfriend. Who are you
Oh, girl.
loving?
I know the answer.
I know the
know
answer,
that
but
fucking answer.
we
You've
know
seen
the
my
answer.
stories.
But
I am all about 200-year-old white-haired vampire named Astarion. I would, oh my God, the things I would do to that very fictional, pixelated man. I mean, guys, he's not just a vampire. First of all, let me tell you about my journey a little bit, just a little real briefly. I just saw this guy on TikTok and I was like, kind of digging this like Victorian air. He's kind of sassy and he's kind of hot. And then they're like, oh, you know, you gotta have sex in that game. I was like, buying it. So I dropped a dumb amount of money to order a Steam Deck, which is like a Switch, but for Steam, because my computer couldn't handle the game. I'm like, well, that's not gonna happen. I have to play it. I have to have sex with this vampire that's not real. So I just want, like, you need to know that that's important. I spent a stupid amount of money to have sex with a fictional vampire in a fictional setting. That's what I did. So because I had to buy the biggest one because it was the only one that was Prime shipping. I was like, I can't wait 2 weeks. I need it now. So so then I get into the game, and the audacity of the Larian, I don't know how to pronounce the developer's name, but the audacity of them to, on the surface, make him this like hot, funny, sassy, kind of aloof, oh, so cool vampire. And then you get into it, and he's got a fucking tragic backstory. He is like the I can fix him guy that you can actually fix. Because the story changes, like there's like 30 different endings, like based on the choices you make. So you can either fix him or you can let him be totally evil. You can be evil with him, you can heal
My
him.
anxiety.
I know. I made the wrong choice at one point and I literally reloaded 18 times trying to get, because you have to roll like, it's very Dungeons and Dragons coded. So you have to roll like the 20-sided die, like for persuasion checks and all that. And I'm trying to persuade him not to do something because apparently it's the bad ending. And I was like, I can't let my baby suffer.
No.
So this was real, guys.
oh my
So
god,
anyway,
I love this.
real casual, like I'm really into Astarion, real cash. I've already
Oh my
I
God.
have bought like 5 shirts. I bought like 40 stickers on Redbubble because I plan to redo my laptop. I'm not gonna hear any judgment from anybody. It's bad. It's bad, guys. It's bad.
I don't
I
know.
love this.
I don't know that it's
I
bad.
I don't think it's
I
bad.
don't simp half-heartedly. I can't. I do it
I'm with you
Oh,
on that.
absolutely.
Every time every time I get a book boyfriend, I'm like, I need a tattoo.
You don't understand this game, guys. It's so fun. Like, can you ever play a game where you can like romance the characters? Like you have to actively
No.
romance them
No,
and
oh
you
my
can have
god.
sex with them. Like,
The
Listen,
only
I
thing
can
that I could like that came close was The Sims, where you could make them woohoo when I
oh
was on.
girl, I had the cheat code where you could pull the covers off and the censor.
Listen,
You
I
literally
can't even woo a
adopted.
person in real life. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know if I
same.
should be
Mm-mm. No,
I don't know if I should be
if
doing
you
it in
put
a
me
game.
next to a starring in the real world, he'd just probably eat me. Like not in a fun way either.
I was
But
like in the fun way.
Hey.
he's got this cute little thing. Like they have all this like dialogue when you click their characters, and sometimes they go, "Careful, I bite." And I'm like, "Oh, daddy." I'm like, "What is wrong with me? I'm an adult woman." Yeah. Anyway, super cash.
Super cash. It's not serious at all.
It's not serious.
No,
It's just
not at
kind of
all.
it's kind of into him.
I'm dead. That's my favorite thing.
Oh my gosh. I
I
love
have
talking to
another
you.
friend. I have another friend who is almost she might be equally as obsessed as you are. And so like seeing y'all's posts about him, I'm like, I need to play this game.
Right?
I'm not a gamer.
I swear to God, I bet people like see my post and they're like, "Oh, Teehee, she thinks he's cute." Like it's probably not that serious. It is that serious. You don't understand. I wake up thinking about Baldur's Gate. I think about it while I'm at work. I think when I get home, I'm upset if I can't play it immediately. And I had to hide. I was playing it before I got on this podcast. While I was waiting for the thing. I was like, I bet I could sneak in a little bit of playtime, like in the 5 minutes of taking me to like update Zoom. I'm gonna have to hide it. I already tried once and I went and found it because I have to start drafting. And I was like, and my friend Kristen was like, he'll be there when you get back. I'm like, but he might miss me. What if he thinks I've abandoned him?
I need you to tell him that we said hi.
Yeah, I know. Here, Chorl.
I
Oh,
love talking
You
to
can
you
be
every
in a
time. It's such
throuple. You don't understand. I opened a second save file so I could be in a throuple with like the big giant mommy milkers druid. Like his tits are bigger than mine. Like he's huge, and he's all about it too. He's like, go ask Astarion if he's cool with me and you. Maybe he can join in one day. And I'm like, oh,
Excuse.
like
Oh my
is
God.
it's so horny. It's like they made this game for me. Like it's my entire life. It's my entire personality right now.
I love this so much.
Yeah.
I won't talk
This
about
is
it. Anymore.
this is great.
This is great. Every time we talk to you, it's absolute joy.
I
Like, I'm
know
obsessed.
when I realized that there was no script, like there was no questions beforehand. I was like, I'm going into this blind. This is gonna be something.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I was like,
we do this every week, and I don't know how we're still.
would it be incoherent
Yeah.
if we planned?
Actually, it might still
Kind of
be
goes
because
against the
that's just
brand.
who we are.
Yeah, that's true.
Even when we plan, it goes off the rails.
Yeah, it
so.
doesn't come out.
Speaking
Yeah,
of,
fair.
guys, since I'm telling you it's super cash, but I'm getting a new tattoo this weekend, and I'll give you like one guess what it's in relation.
Oh my God. Is it bite marks from him?
No, it's his scars. He has like these scars on his back. It was like because he's like coded for some ritual by his master. So like the whole game is about like him overcoming like his trauma with this guy. And I was like, I want that.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like that TikTok sound you hear where there's like something about like their tattoo, like, but every time somebody asks me, I get to tell them about you.
Yes.
I
Look,
love it.
I was supposed to already have it, but we ran out of time. But I'm getting an Aaron Warner tattoo from Shatter Me. Like, I want
Stop.
a matching tattoo with them. I love it.
Yes, like one of my friends was like, "You've only been playing this game for a month." I'm like, "Our love is real."
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
gonna
Mind your
stand the test
business.
of time.
Nobody needs your negativity.
I was like, I
Right.
can feel it. It's gonna stand the test of time. We're in it for the long haul. We're in
Yeah,
love,
forever.
obviously.
We're in love and we're in a throuple.
Yeah, but only in my second file. In the first one, it's all about him because I don't want to hurt his
Yeah.
feelings. Because he says he's cool with it, but I'm like, what if it really hurts
Are
him?
you?
And then
And
I'm
he's
like,
just doing it
this
because
is
he thinks you want to.
exactly. I'm like, this is a fictional character. This is a fictional character, and you're sad because you think you're gonna hurt his feelings, guys.
I bet he's sitting there right now like this,
just in
just
idle.
waiting for you to come back.
Don't say that to me. I'll get sad. I'll leave. I'll leave right now. My Steam Deck is right there. I will leave.
Well, on that note, maybe we should let you go.
Yeah,
like, do
we
you
won't
need to go
keep
be
you much
horny?
longer.
Oh, God. I need to go to bed is what I need to do. It's past my bedtime. My bedtime reminder is going to go off any minute now.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well,
It's
I would like
later
to-
for me, but yeah.
I would like to remind you that you are legally obligated to come back for every book release you have. So we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
If I'm, you have to hound me, keep me down. Have you told anybody how bad of a program? I'll tell them myself. I'm sitting in my pajamas last Thursday signing tip-ins, and I get a text, Bestie, are you coming? And I was like, the hell? I was like, oh my God. I immediately like freaked the fuck out. I was like, I looked over in bed. I was like, I was supposed to be on a podcast and I forgot. I was like, I've never forgotten something before. And I was like, he's like, can you jump on right now? I was like, look at me, I'm surrounded in papers. So yeah, we're losing.
We weren't gonna out you. We were just
I'm fine. Listen, it's right in my bio, disaster human. Like I need a personal assistant, but I can't afford a personal assistant. So I'm like, buy more books so I can get more done, guys.
Yeah. Hey, see, there you go.
There you
I could
go.
get-
They could schedule in Asterion time.
Oh. I don't want to be put on I don't want our love to be put on a timer like that.
That's true. You
That's
can't be
fair.
put in a box.
Can't be put on a limit.
That's fair.
Fair. Yeah.
So
We love you. We love talking to you.
hopefully next. Did we even talk about my books? But the segment, guys, comes out December
About
5th.
Hold on, we're gonna hold it
Yay.
up. See
About-
how come
about
yours
wolves.
stays open?
Yeah.
It's
Cute.
so cute.
There's Doctor Roleplay. Hey.
There is, which I was like, girl.
And a lot of nodding. Go Google it. Go to Tumblr.
I
Tumblr will tell you all about it.
learned about it
There's a
from you.
I want real quick before I go. I remember my publicist was like, "Can you explain to me like about like the nodding situation? Can you just explain to me? Kind of give me like a short rundown?" I was like, "I got you." I typed this girl up like a 3-paragraph like scenario, like I don't know what you call it, like. But whatever, explaining it to her, and then I attached like the Tumblr graphics, like I don't know if you've seen them. The girlies that know, there are some there's some art on Tumblr that like shows everything. I was like, I attached it all for her, and I was like, here you go, babes. And she's like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. She shared it with like apparently her whole team. She's like,
I'm amazed that the email didn't get flagged like spam.
Oh no, the emails always send my email to spam. To no matter, it knows I'm trash. Every time I email anyone, I'm like, check your spam. It's gonna put me in the
Yeah.
trash. It knows. It's honestly fair.
Oh my God, I love that.
Oh God, I'm crying. This is so much fun. My cheeks
All right,
hurt.
everybody,
I'm having
go
a
order the
blast.
fake mate.
Go order
Yeah.
the fake mate so that Lana can get a personal assistant and get more done so she can give us more books and maybe rest your hands.
And get more time with Asterion.
More
Yeah.
time with Karin.
We
I
love you.
Thank you for
Thanks for hanging
thank
out
you for
with us.
coming to talk to us.
Well,
Go to
thank you
bed.
for inviting me.
Tell Asterion we said hello and then go to bed. Oh, and I'm married to a ghost hunter. So if you need to talk to somebody about like
Girl, we'll have a conversation with
things they
Yeah.
use and stuff, like if there's any
it
like
seems
actual
like
ghost
that
hunt.
shit's around the corner with as fast as these books are coming out, but like that'll be like the end of 2025. So
No rush. I'm just saying if you need somebody to
be
ask
knocking
like
on some-
technical
some
questions, I
research,
got a
yeah.
guy.
I'll be on knocking on your door.
All
All
right, go
right.
get some
Well,
sleep. We
yeah,
love
go to
you.
bed. We love you.
Alright, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
I
Oh my
freaking
God.
love her.
I
I
love
always
her
feel like I'm
so
gonna like
much.
I always laugh so hard that I feel like I'm gonna start to cry. with
Yeah,
her.
I'm like I have like some tears in my eyes because I'm just laughing so much. Like
Yeah.
I love her.
Lana
so
Ferguson, everybody.
Go buy the nanny. Go buy the fake mate. I think you can pre-order book 3 too, right?
I think so, yeah.
Game changer.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So go do
Go get
that.
all the things. We
Go
stand
get-
Lana forever.
We love Lana Ferguson, and you should too. She's the best.
Yes.
And like, just so funny. I love her so
Mhm.
much.
And now it's time for a spiel.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, follow, and subscribe wherever you are listening to us. Please also follow us on social media. We are at The Incoherent Fangirl on all the things. Hold on, I lost my notes.
I was scrolling mine way down.
I was like, where'd they go? You can also visit our website, theincoherentfangirl.com, where you can also stream all of our episodes as well as read our blog, which has so many book recs. Like, you're being fed by
All
us
of
as
them.
well.
Yes. Yes.
Please also subscribe to our Patreon. Go to theincoherentfangirl.com/Patreon to subscribe. You'll get early access to all future podcast episodes as well as video episodes if you subscribe to that tier. We will also be posting early teasers, early reveals of certain things. And if you would like to support us by walking around, you can go to our merch shop, theincoherentfangirl.com/shop. There's lots of cute stuff there.
Oh yeah, we had our Emmy Award winning friend post hers today.
Yes, so exciting. I loved that. And she gave us a new design idea, which
Yes.
if you have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, new design ideas, or you just want to tell us that we're pretty, we will absolutely accept all of those in our inbox. theincoherentfangirl@gmail.com. We love hearing from y'all. And one last way to support the podcast is to rate and review on whatever platform you are listening to us on. We would love to read your words. Please give it to us.
Yes, we need your words.
She is at Mandy Perv on all the things.
She's at Ms. Made in China on all the things.
And once you have finished following us on social media and the podcast on social media, you're going to want to do some self-care as we're heading into the thick of the seasonal depression months,
Sad
the
months.
holidays. You need to take care of yourself because we love you and we love that you're here. So head on over to herecomestenerd.com, use code FANGIRL, and you'll get 20% off your first order.
Next, you're going to head to onceuponabookclub.com, get yourself some bookish boxes and goodies. And we have 2 codes for you. It doesn't matter which one you use. We love you no matter what. You cannot stack them, so just pick one. You can either use code Mandy10 or Karin10 and get 10% off.
And then once you have gotten your artsy goodies and your bookish goodies, you're going to need some cozy goodies, and you're going to head over to enchantingelixirs.com, use code FANGIRLT to get 10% off. But remember, unlike Karin, there is no I in fangirl. It's FANGRLTEA.
Yeah, I forgot to say that on our Once Upon a Book Club. Make sure you spell Karin right. It's KARIN 10.
Because I'm not like a regular Karin. I'm a cool Karin.
Yeah. And once you've gotten your art, your book boxes, your tea, you're going to need something to read. And we highly, highly suggest Amber D. Lewis. You read the Fire and Starlight Saga. She's got more coming. So head to amberdlewis.com and use code FANGIRL10 for 10% off your purchase. Order one of everything. 2 of everything.
Or two.
It's
Join the cool girls
gifting season.
It is, exactly. And once you have finished supporting us and the podcast, our internet besties, I guess you can go support the show husband if you
All
feel
right,
like it.
Patreon. There's the show husband.
Hello,
Look at
show
George
husband.
Bailey. Look at
He's
George Bailey on his lap.
he is so
They're
spoiled, that kid.
gamer boys. Yeah, so you're going to want to go to searchersbelieve.com. We have loaded a bunch of new merch for the winter time, and you're going to use code fangirl10 to get 10% off. Then when you finish listening to this podcast, you're going to, wherever you are listening to this podcast, search for The Paranormal Mind and listen to their episode. I've been on a few episodes of theirs recently, gotten some good feedback. He had somebody message him, dude, I love her on the podcast. So
I
it's made
love it.
my ego got a little big.
I mean,
But
to be fair, you are pretty awesome, so
I try. So yeah, the Paranormal Mind podcast, and then Searchers Believe
Yay.
everywhere.
And please remember that we will lie for you. If somebody is trying to police your spending, let them know you won a giveaway. It's from us.
We
Congratulations,
sent it to you.
bestie.
You
We're
did
so
it.
happy
Congrats.
for you.
Yeah, good job.
And that was a very special
That
episode
was,
of the
yeah.
Incoherent Fangirl with Lana Ferguson. I'm so excited for everything coming from her. Like, she
I know.
has. Ah, I love her. I love her.
So many more things
So many
coming down
more.
the pipe. Thank you for listening.
We love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
We are sponsored by our friends at Here Comes the Nerd. Pins, stickers, magnets, and more. Here Comes the Nerd has happy art for all fandom-loving hearts. New customers can use coupon code FANGIRL during checkout for 20% off their first order at herecomesthenerd.com. Coupon applies to ready-to-ship items only.